All right, continuing our analysis of what we just saw here on Newsmax over the last couple hours. Joining us now is President Trump's attorney, Alina Habba. Good to see you tonight. I'm not sure how much of that you caught. I know it was probably painful for a lot of people to watch. We tried to break in and give you some of the real deal as much as we could. Liz Cheney had this to say about how White House staff reacted on January 6th. Take a listen.
The White House staff knew that President Trump was willing to entertain and use conspiracy theories to achieve his ends. They knew the president needed to be cut off from all of those who had encouraged him. They knew that President Donald Trump was too dangerous to be left alone.
What's your reaction to that soundbite?
It's Liz Cheney. It's the biggest rhino we have. Hi, Liz. I mean, what do you expect me to say, Rob? This is just par for the course. If he wasn't leading in the polls and if she wasn't losing in the polls, this would not be aired. This would not be what is going on. It's so calculated. It's so calculated.
It's very pre-produced. It's very calculated. Again, I think the biggest frustration for anybody that attempted to take it seriously, and we knew this wasn't going to be a serious hearing, and that's why we produced our shows around it the way it was, so that we could at least feed people the other side of the story throughout. Right. But to those that actually maybe took this seriously, moderates, people that don't get too into politics, people that don't care one way or the other, that happen to be watching ABC, NBC, CBS, any network tonight and had to suffer through this, the simple fact that they just put on such a hyper-partisan. I mean, this is the kind of hearing you would see in a country that only has one political party. This is the kind of hearing you would see in China against the other party that's trying to take power back.
That's absolutely accurate. To be honest, I can tell you that I wasn't even watching as the representative on from Pennsylvania because it's so irrelevant to me that this is a joke. I mean, why don't we get Pelosi's text messages where Donald Trump tried to get 10,000 armed forces to help prevent this problem? Right. Why don't we look at the Democrats and what they were doing? Why is it all Republicans and fake Republicans, rhinos like Liz Cheney, who is now not going to win another term because she is so two-faced that she has turned on her own party, and never mind the party, on America? Because when you take clips and publicize things that are anti-American, that's disgusting. I want to see criminals, and there might have been criminals. Let the criminals go to jail. But those are not everyone. There are some people there that were peacefully protesting. There were people that were peacefully protesting at Donald Trump's event, which was separate and apart. Yep. And those radicals may have left and done things that he didn't condone. And he said that, but that wasn't publicized. You know, this isn't a soap opera. This is our country. I'm so sad, Rob, by what is happening to our country.
They didn't mention Brian Sicknick, Officer Brian Sicknick. But they didn't mention the young lady that was killed either, the former Air Force veteran. They didn't mention her, of course. They did not mention Brian Sicknick, who the media and Democrats spent months after the attack telling Americans died after being attacked by insurrectionists inside the building. And then we learned, months after that, oh, he had a stroke. They still tried to carry that rhetoric for a long time. They didn't mention him tonight. At least I didn't hear it, and our producing team didn't hear it. Obviously, there's a lot going on here. But I thought it was very interesting to leave him out. That's a big mea culpa right there.
But that's the country we live in now. Everybody has to do their own research, and I really encourage the American public to take a minute to do their own research. I appreciated that you went to the Ukraine and that you sat and did your own research and took that risk, because that's what real journalists do. We don't sit there, I'm an attorney, but I weigh every case I take and look at all the facts, and I won't go one side or the other if I don't feel strongly about it. But what happened tonight was selective prosecution.
Those Skype feeds will get you every time. That was Alina Habba. Is she back?
Here.
Oh, she is back. We got you back. We just had a little glitch there. No, I think I picked up what you were saying there. I want, finally, if we can run the video, guys. I know we've got it back there. Let's just, as we talk about it, show summer of 2020, what we saw in this country. The riots, the mayhem, the chaos that we saw in this country, that all you can directly link to political speech, anger, frustration over the death of George Floyd, amplified. You had politicians out in the streets justifying this, justifying rioting. You had Black Lives Matter was, the most popular group in the country. Everybody supported Black Lives Matter as they ran around looting and raiding the cities of this country. I haven't yet seen any hearings on any of this. This was much more impactful, Alina, to the average American. Their businesses were destroyed. Their cities were destroyed. People were killed. This went on for weeks and weeks and weeks, and nobody in the Democrat Party could possibly care less about this. But when their office building gets raided by a bunch of unarmed people one time, boy, do they go nuts.
I can't take it anymore. Honestly, I can't. It's so sad. I put myself in the position of being willing to fight for Americans every day, all day, and I'll keep doing it. I don't care. It's just disgusting. We need some real democracy, and we have missed it for a very long time.
Very true. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pointing out that what happened at the Capitol was wrong. We do that. We've done that. We don't hide from that day. Obviously, we know there was some despicable behavior that day. It doesn't go the other way, though. The other side doesn't play the same game. Alina Habba, attorney for the president, former president. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks, sir.